Let's take a look at how we can write a number as a product of prime numbers, or primes. In this example, we can write 18 as 2 times 9. 2 is a prime number, but 9 is not a prime number. Do you remember the prime numbers? It's good to have them memorized. We have 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, etc. So, we just keep 2, but we have to write 9 as a product of prime numbers. 9 is 3 times 3. So therefore we can write 18 as 2 times, instead of 9 we write 3 times 3. And since we have 2 3's, we write it in index form, like this. So, question 1, 8 is 2 times what? Well, it can only be 4. And then we see here 2 times what? 2 times. So we write this as 2 times something, and 2 times 2 is 4. So we have 8 equals 2 times 2 times 2. But if we write it in index form, it's 2 index 3. So this one is simple. Let's take question 4. Write 12 as a product of two numbers. Well, we can write it either as 3 times 4 or 2 times 6. Which one shall we choose? It doesn't really matter. We're going to end up with the same result anyway. Let's try both and see that and make sure that we end up with the same thing. So if we choose 3 times 4, 3 is a prime number. So then we write it as 3 times, so 4 is 2 times 2. And if we write it in index form, it's 3, only 1 3, times 2 index 2, because we have 2 2's. So that's the answer. How about if we do it the other way? We write 12 equals 6 times 2. 2 is a prime number, so we keep 2. But 6 is not a prime number, so we write 6 as 3 times 2 and then times 2, because we keep this one. So 6 is 3 times 2. And now we end up with the same thing. 3 times 2 times 2 is 3 times 2 index 2. So we're always going to end up with the same answer, and that's the most important thing. So sometimes there are, for example, like this, 2 different ways of doing it. Here we can only do it one way, because 2 times, and it has to be 8 here. It can't be any other number. And then we write 8 as 2 times, and it can only be 4 here. And then we write 4 as 2 times, and it can only be 2 here. So it's going to be 2 index 4 in question 5. Let's see if we can have some other tricky ones. Let's do number 24. So question 24. we have 100 equal one number times another number. So maybe 2 times 50. Two is a prime number, so we have to write 50 as maybe 2 times 25. Two and 2 remains, and 25 is 5 times 5. All these are prime numbers, so we can write it in index form. 2 index 2 because we have 2 2's, times 5 index 2 because we have 2 5's. If we did it this way, 100 is 4 times 25. That's the same thing. 4 is not a prime number, so we write 4 as 2 times 2. This remains. 25 is not a prime number, so we write 25 as 5 times 5. Now we're going to end up with the same thing.